Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today as always. And it's a beautiful sunny day in St. Louis, Missouri today. Hope it's wonderful wherever you are in the world. Today's topic is going to be, but first, like and subscribe. Today's topic is going to be the world's sexual market. I was asking for a topic, asking myself, my higher self, for a topic, and that popped into my head because I was thinking about one of my ex-girlfriends, and I've heard other people talk about it also. With Instagram and social media, these girls that are fine are getting offers from guys all over the world. My ex used to get offers from guys to spend the weekend with them for like $5,000 and different things like that, or take them somewhere on a yacht, or etc., etc. It's pretty hard to compete against that if you're not a man who could do similar yourself. Of course, she didn't go, at least not while she was with me, that I know of. But hey, you never know. She did live in another country, so it's possible, but it's happened before. But the point I'm making is, you could look at that as a negative, okay, that how can you compete against these guys? But the positive side is you also are in the market. Now, what is your market value? That can be raised or lowered depending on what you want to put into it, what kind of effort you want to put out. A lot of, well, if not all women, most are looking for someone who can take care of them. Now, every woman has different types of needs. They all have general needs. They need to be provided for. They need to be protected. They need to feel safe. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to, how do we say, doubt over them. There's a word I can't think of what it is. Watch over them like a mother hen. I'm not talking about that, for them to feel safe. A woman many times would feel safe with a very dangerous man, okay, but she doesn't feel like she's in danger with him. She feels safe because she knows this guy can protect her. Are you this guy? Are you the guy that can protect her? Doesn't mean you have to be a criminal or someone who goes around and beats everyone up. It just means that you have to be able to stand up when it's time to do that and protect her plus yourself. Have you ever been in a situation where you had to do that? Okay, and if you haven't, do you believe that you can? That's about as important as anything. If you believe that you can, you will act on those beliefs. And if you don't believe you can, then you will shrink back when the time comes for you to stand up. And if you're with your woman, I'll guarantee you that won't go well, and she will not admire you as much if she was admiring you before, because she's not going to feel safe with you. You have to be a man. Well, that's my opinion of what a man is. Nowadays, we have much different opinions of what men are. Some of you have. A man is someone who can provide for her, even if has her own job or career or whatever, which is the forte for women today. She wants to know that if she needed to, or if she couldn't work, that you could take care of her and the kids if she decides to mate with you. Throughout centuries, since time began, a woman needed a man that could take care of her. They still do. A lot of them don't realize it. In today's society, as I've said before, the systems set up by men take care of women. But all these systems, all these infrastructures were put together by men, and they are maintained by men. The women just can't do it. Now, that's not to say there aren't exceptions to the rule. There are. But in general, if the women were left to build the buildings, the infrastructures, and all those hard jobs that women don't want to do, or can't do, or cannot, they're not built physically to do these jobs. Okay? Things would fall apart. So still in all, everything is maintained and, well, actually it was built by men and maintained by men. Now we have some women working in some construction jobs, but it's a low percentage, and they don't do the heavy lifting, hard work. They just can't do it. Okay? I have met a woman or two in my life that could beat me arm wrestling, okay? A pretty tough woman. I wouldn't want to get in a fight with her. If I did, I'd be nailing her just like a man, okay? I'd be dropping her, or doing my best to drop her, which I'm sure I could. Okay, but these are the things you need to be to get these women to want to be with you. No woman wants to be with a weak man. There are women that want to dominate men, but you really don't want to be in that position. Years ago, before some of you were born, you actually had to go out to meet people. Now you can do it online. Some of my kids don't even have driver's licenses yet. One of them's 20, the other one's 21, and the other one's 17. The day I turned 16, I went and got my driver's license because that was the only way I could get out to meet people. I couldn't look on a phone or a computer screen and talk to my friends. I had to go out and meet them. And because we have this today, we have a lot of this social anxiety. So that doesn't make the computer screens, the phones, the digital communication network a bad thing. Nothing is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Shakespeare said that, and it's true. I think it's wonderful because I can meet girls, at least online, from all over the world. I'm talking to 2 or 3 beautiful girls right now online, plus I talk to them by video and by video cam to see if I want to actually meet them in the flesh, I'll say it that way. And this is an opportunity you have too if you have a cell phone. I mean, it's really amazing. Probably not so much to you, but to me it is because I didn't grow up with that. When I was young, we had dances. So we'd have to go to the dance. There'd be 500, 600 people there, maybe 800 people. We'd have a rock band. Everybody would walk in there with their alcohol. 16 years old, we could carry a fifth of whiskey in there. Nobody'd say anything. I had a lot of fun doing it, and you got to meet a lot of people that way. But they don't have that anymore, at least not around here where I live. So even when I go out, I don't see anybody out. Now, back in my day, we would cruise. There'd be all kinds of people out cruising. They would hang out at the car wash or the local gas station. So this was how we met people. And another deal is when you get older like I am, that's just damn near impossible to do. I can't be going to parties with people in their 20s, okay? I mean, I could, but they would think it was strange. But here I can get online, I can talk to girls in their 20s, 30s, in their late teens, 18, 19-year-old. I talk to some 18, 19-year-old girls. Now, if you want to go out with a girl that young, you better be prepared because they're growing, okay? They know how to handle a man, but they don't know much about handling life. So if you want to date someone that young, however old you are, just be prepared. They're still in the party phase, they're still running around, they're still growing, they're still exploring. So you have to have a lot of patience and tolerance for a woman like that. Now, as they get older, it gets a little better, but the only problem is once they get around 27 or 28, a lot of them have been out riding the CC, as they call it. I'll keep it clean here, but they've been with a lot of men. Now they're looking for someone to settle down with. But the question is, can they settle down? Statistically proven, it is, that a woman with a high body count, which means she slept with a lot of men, has a difficult time forming or pair bonding. It's difficult for them because here's what happens. They get with you, things are going good, things get a little rough, they'll just go out and ride another guy. It's simple for them to go to another guy. That's where when I was growing up, there were many girls that were 20 years old had only been with 1 or 2 guys, 1 or 2 men. My first girlfriend of 5 years had only been with 1, maybe 2 guys before me. And I broke up with her when I was 20. So all told, counting me, she had been with 3 men when I broke up with her at she was 21. After that, she got with another guy. She married that guy, and she's still with that man today. It was a different time. Now, we had some loose girls back then, but nowadays, I mean, my daughter's 14. She knows some of her classmates that have a body count of 15 or 20 guys at 14 and 15 years old. So that's something you have to contend with also. And a lot of guys think when you meet people online from different places in the world that, oh, they're all scammers. It's not the girl behind the thing. That's not true either. 9 times out of 10, it is the girl. And what I do is, I've told you before, first thing I do is I get them off the dating site and I get their WhatsApp number because almost everybody has that. Over in Europe, they have, I forgot what it's called. There's another one they use over there. I've used it. It's been a long time since I used it. But you get them on that, you have them send you a photo for verification. I usually do just say, hey, send me a peace sign of you right now. If they're cooperative, they'll do it. If they're not, they won't. Doesn't always mean it's not the girl on the photo, but it does mean they're not cooperative. Now, do you really want to keep talking to someone who's giving you resistance from the very beginning? Either she's a girl that wants to run the show, or she doesn't like you enough to do what you ask. I had one send me a message back the other day, and she said, well, just tell me what you want me to do. I like that. I didn't think she was very attractive before that, but she said that, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give her another chance. So I did. She sent me a couple to 3 more videos, and don't ask for nude videos. Now, they may send you some, don't ask for those, okay? I always just ask, I want to see a photo of you. Swimsuit would be nice. Sometimes I'll ask them to send me a sexy photo with clothes. I don't want them sending me nudes. I have had girls send me nudes, like a beaver shot. That's what we used to call it. It's like, it immediately turns me off. I lose all respect for her. I don't want anything to do with her. Now, if she's been my girlfriend for a long time, that's a whole different story. I may ask her for a nude or something like that. For me, that's different. I mean, every man is different. Maybe some of you younger guys would like that. I don't particularly like it because when a girl sends me a photo like that unsolicited, I immediately think she's probably easy, or she sent that photo out to many guys. I'm not interested in that type of woman. I'm not looking to get married, but I'm certainly not looking to be with a girl who's been with many, many men and doesn't value her body, I would say. So back to the point. The point is, it's a wonderful opportunity for all you guys. Some of you may be saying to me that, well, I can't travel like you can, Mark. Well, that's it. You need to get yourself in a position, as I said at the beginning, to where you can do what you need to do, to put yourself in a position where you are a high value man. If you're fat, go to the gym and work out. I don't know if I'm supposed to say fat. Okay. If you're overweight, I was fat once, I was overweight once, so I'm not condemning anybody. And I have friends that are overweight. But get yourself in shape, and not so much so you think the girls are going to come chasing you because you look so good, but it's because it's the way it makes you feel about yourself. That's what it is. It's all an inside job. If you think you look great and you feel great, other people are going to see that. But if you don't, I don't care if you got a six-pack, if you make 6 figures a year and you're 6 foot tall, if you don't believe and you don't feel like you're the man, that you're a 10, guess what? No one else is going to see you that way. And if a woman does look at you and think you are that man, as soon as you open your mouth, she's going to see inside you. Everything is an inside job. Anything on the outside that's superficial, people will see right through that given time. Sometimes it may take a short time, sometimes a little longer, but they will eventually see through that into the consciousness you have of being a worm, or of being less than, or of being not good enough, etc., etc. So you must build up the inner man and the outer man to have success with women, with business, with everything in life. You should look in the mirror and love what you see. If you don't, how do you think anyone else is going to love what you see? And when you look in the mirror, you should think you're a 10. Because if you don't, no one else is going to think you're a 10. And it has very little to do with the way you look. There are things you can do with your looks, but it has little to do with that. I've seen guys that were not attractive get girls I wanted to get. How did they do that? I know how they did it, because they believed they could. They believed they were good enough. It's not all looks. It's not all money. It's not all, well, it is status, inner status. Inner status. Many guys will say, well, she's just going out with him for his money. Guess what, guys? For thousands of years, women have been looking for men of high status. Either the Giga Chad, the trouble, the bad boy that can make them feel a certain way, or the man who's strong, established. He also makes her feel a certain way. He makes her feel secure. And if he's good in bed, then that's a great combination. That'll beat the bad boy any day. Bad boys don't care about anybody but themselves. They take care of themselves. You don't have to be a bad boy, but you do need to put yourself first, put yourself as the center. And when you do, people will come to you. Girls will come to you. You don't have to chase girls. Just be the man that the girls want to be with. Easy to do. Get on the YouTube channels. There's other good guys out there. John from Modern Life Dating, some of the Red Pill community, some of those other guys. Ryan Stone, he talks more about relationships. These guys can help you understand women because you need to understand them the best you can before you can really deal with them. And you can be yourself. Being a nice guy is not being yourself. Women hate nice guys. A nice guy is really not a nice guy. He's just, how do I say, he's just supplicating to her because he wants something from her. He's actually not being honest. She'll do something that pisses him off and he'll act like, oh, that's okay. Is that being honest? That's a nice guy. That's why women don't like nice guys. They'll act like they are the friend of the girl, when in reality they want to have sex with them. They're not honest. Nice guys are not honest. They're trying to give to get. Never give to get. If you want to give after you have gotten. Use the 2/3 rule. For every 2/3 she does for you, you do 1/3 for her. Now it seems to work well. I've seen it work in my life. I've seen it work in other people's lives. If you give a woman too much, she thinks you're doing it because you're needy, because you're insecure, because you're trying to buy her, etc., etc. All right, so I'm going to go now. I got some work to do today. Remember, everything is an inside job. You have an opportunity that has never been in the history of mankind. You can date anybody anywhere in the world. You can meet them right now, just like this. As soon as you quit watching this video, you can get online to some of these dating sites and you can meet these girls. You just have to use a little common sense to filter out the gold diggers and the scammers. And I would say, percentage-wise, I've been doing this for years. My guess would be, I'd say less than 5% are scammers or aren't who they say they are in their photo. At least that's been my experience. But if you believe that 50% are scammers, you will run into many more scammers than I have. So remember that. What you believe, you bring into your life. That's all I got for today. If you would like to get my help personally, my website link is in the description, as well as my books, Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels, and The Power is Within, and I'm working on another book which I have not been writing on lately. I don't know why. No, I know why. I'm just not going to tell you why. I got to get off my butt and do it. Every day I think about it. It's about my experience with women, what works, what doesn't work, in a way that it can help you. So I'm going to go. Have a great day.